What's good, my baby? It's your boy Vega Man, and you know what today is? October 31st. For all y'all who participate in Halloween, happy Halloween to y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Fun day, you know what I'm saying? Take the kids out, trick or treat, buy out for apples, and unleash horror on those who oppose against you. I'm just playing. Let me stop for real. Anyway, so we here checking out a couple short horror stories. Just a little something for y'all. I was gonna buy you know what I'm saying, some snacks or something like that, but I just decided to just do these short horror stories. Now, today is special because this goes out to a special subscriber who's been subscribed for a while, one of the first subscribers, and I subscribed to her page, of course, Mary VO. Shout outs to you for these videos, and if you guys like scary videos and you know, scary shorts or whatever, animated, check her out. Definitely got those creepypastas for y'all. I'm going to check out a video called The Black-Eyed Child. I know y'all probably heard of it. If y'all are big on scary stories, I know you've heard of it, and I want to see her version. It just dropped, so make sure you subscribe to her, check out her page, and let's get into it.
Last year on Halloween, I was just sitting on my couch with a bottle of whiskey, watching sitcoms.
Okay.
My porch
Sounds
lights were
kinda
off
lonely.
with a sign that read, "Sorry, no candy." I was laying on my couch about to pass out when I suddenly heard a knock on the door. I immediately jolted up, not because of the sound startling me, but because out of nowhere the feeling of dread and anxiety washed over me.
I didn't see you jolt. You just sat there like, okay, are they gonna leave or they gonna do? Like, you know, I didn't see any jolting at all, but hey, that's cool.
It was 11 p.m. There was no need for anyone to knock on my door.
See, look, hold
Feeling
on, wait.
lazy,
She's giving y'all the sauce right now. Do you see this? I need y'all to have this on your phone. It better be alerts. You better subscribe. You better comment. You better like. This better be popping up. Her notifications better be popping up on your phone.
Anyone to knock on my door. Feeling lazy, I checked the security camera on my phone. I couldn't believe my eyes. So I quietly walked over to my front door, and with each step I took, my heart rate increased a beat. I stood several feet away from the door, debating whether or not to answer it.
You shouldn't have.
Then I heard a faint voice that sent chills down my spine. "Emma, are you home? We were supposed to go trick-or-treating tonight." What the hell?
What?
Gabby? I thought I was going to faint, but snapped out of it and told myself that it was just in my head. "Emma, why aren't you opening the door? I told my parents I was spending the night at your place. I've been waiting for you." I mustered up enough confidence to walk over to my front door, take a deep breath, and look through the peephole. Immediately, my eyes began to sting as tears rolled down. My vision was a little blurry, but I knew who it was. "Gabby, is that you?"
You need to clean your peephole out.
"Yes, silly. Now open the door. We still have time to watch our annual Hocus Pocus." I wiped away the tears, but I couldn't find the courage to open the door. For some reason, I couldn't utter a sound. I was feeling a mix of emotions, from shock to excitement, to sadness to fear. "Emma, it's getting cold. Stop playing games and open the door." I made up my mind. This was the moment I had been waiting for. It was absurd, yes, but that was my best friend.
What?
Hold on. I turned on the porch lights and cracked open the door. My chain lock was still attached as I got a closer look at Gabby. I smiled as I saw that she was wearing her favorite flannel that I gave her on her 10th birthday. She took a step closer and was about to walk in. However, when the light hit her face, fear washed over me again, and I slammed the door shut. "Emma, why'd you do that? Let me in.
That ain't your
Gabby
friend.
didn't
Oh!
look like the Gabby I knew and loved. Her
That ain't your
pupils
friend,
were
baby.
dilated and pitch black.
Oh,
She
no.
was incredibly pale and thin. Emma, hurry up. I think someone's coming. I don't know who you are, but you're not my Gabby. Please leave. What are you talking about?
What?
You sound scared.
You still
I
talking
just
to
want
her?
to give you a hug.
No.
Open the door.
You need to stop talking to her. You talking too much. She looks crazy. Let her go. Close the door. Turn your TV all the way up. And just start acting crazy. That's all you got to do. Just do that. And she'll leave. I guarantee you she'll leave. That's not your friend. That's not your friend. That is not your friend. That is something. But it ain't your friend.
Get out, please, before I call the cops. I'm sorry. Emma! I called the police, and immediately after hanging up, the knocking stopped. I looked at the peephole again, and she was gone. Halloween used to be my favorite day of the year as a child. Now I do all I can to avoid it. On this particular Halloween, I didn't even want to exist.
Wow.
It had
Yeah,
been
I'm
10
sure.
years since my childhood best friend went missing after trick-or-treating with me. I'm not sure if I was hallucinating that night, but after talking to a few people and posting on Reddit, people believe that what I saw was a black-eyed child.
Wow.
I am convinced that my childhood best friend turned into one. I just want to know how and why.
That's eerie. All right. This next one is same person, Merrily Mary. Let's get into these stories and let's make sure that we like, comment, and subscribe on her page again. Shout out to Merrily Mary. Let's check it out. Oh, okay.
Ever since we were little, my best friend, Christine, and I always managed to get ourselves into peculiar situations. We were around 9 years old at the time this happened. When dismissed from school, we
You're
decided
always
to
young.
stop by the bodega for an after-school treat. Our boy crushes were the topic of conversation that afternoon.
Yeah, already some bad kids. Y'all already bad. You're skipping school. You're going to stores. You're probably about to steal. And you're talking about boys? Skipping school, stealing from the liquor store. You're 9 and you're talking about boys. Bad combination. Mama, get the belt.
As we contemplated exactly how many pieces of candy we could buy with our spare change.
Oh,
Can we please have 2 watermelon
Spare-
blow pops,
spare
an
change.
almond Hershey bar, what else? And a blue baby bottle pop. Which one do you want to eat first? Hand me a lollipop. Who the heck is that? On the same block, probably 10 feet away from us.
Is that a
was an
wizard?
old woman we
like
had
a
never seen.
broke wizard.
She looked as if she were in her late 70s.
Oh, that's a
was
lady?
Covered from head to toe in black clothing and cloak, and only her face and hands were exposed. What I found creepiest of all were her piercing light eyes and pale skin. As if she
No. The most disturbing thing you should see is her teeth. Do you see? She look like she been eating peanut brittle her whole life. Her teeth look like wooden dentures. She looked like her teeth look like candy corn, discarded candy corn from all the kids from Halloween.
hadn't seen the light of day in years and had somehow time traveled to the wrong era and location. But why is she wearing that? Hurry, let's go home.
Y'all should have been skipping, talking about boys.
What just happened? I've never seen anyone dressed like that. And why did everyone run away from her? Hopefully she got the hint and won't come back. Let's just forget it and never walk on that block again. However, on that very night, something happened. I woke up in the middle of the night to the feeling of pressure on my chest.
Oh.
It felt as if someone put all their weight on me, and it was
Oh.
as if their hands were pressing down on my body. At first, I thought I was still dreaming, but then I opened my eyes and tried to scream. Nothing came out.
The witch was riding
The
you.
old woman from earlier was
Oh, yo, real quick. The witch. You ever heard of that? It's really sleep paralysis. The witch riding you or the demon riding you is when you're sleeping and you can't get up. You awake though, but your body's still asleep and you can't move. You can't do nothing. That's what they call the witch is riding you or the demon or something like that. I don't know. That's crazy. Has that ever happened? Has that ever happened to y'all?
in my room on top of me. The window was open, and even though it was summer, my room was freezing. Her hands were cold as ice. She smiled at me, leaned down, and whispered in my ear.
Ugh.
Good girl. Now you can't run away and mock me. Not so funny now, am I?
Oh, wow.
I couldn't open my mouth. I couldn't even move. I just laid there while tears rolled down my face.
See what happens when you skip school, y'all? The principal sent this woman to this girl because she was out of line, because she did wrong. That's what happened.
All of a sudden, my dog from the living room started howling. She got off me and escaped through the window. Before leaving, she said, "This isn't over. It'll never be over."
Oh, heck nah.
As soon as she left, I could move again. I couldn't fall back asleep. I just laid there crying. The next morning, Christine and I met up in front of our building. Christine looked exhausted and like she had been crying too. "What's wrong?" "I didn't get any sleep last night. I had a nightmare, except it felt real." "What? Me too." "Huh?" "The old woman from yesterday. She was in my room last night and she was on top of me, whispering in my ear." "Same here. What the heck? Am I still dreaming?" "No, but it's okay. We have each other. I'm sure she won't bother us in person." And for many years, I was right. We didn't see the woman again in person, only in our dreams. Or at least that's what we thought they were. After some time had passed, we started high school and Christine moved away. The nightmares also went away. Fast forward many years later, Christine was back in town and we were happy to be reunited. We had just visited the zoo, and while walking home, we were reminiscing about our childhood. We were walking on the bodega's block when we suddenly remembered the old woman that used to haunt us in our sleep. Remember that creepy old woman from when we were little? We saw her on this block. I wonder what happened to her. I don't know, and I don't care. I'm just glad those nightmares ended. You know, it would be kind of crazy if we saw her again. I kid you not. When we looked behind us, the hag was there, as if we had somehow summoned her. She looked exactly the same. She said something to us.
Get out of here.
She then angrily said, "I thought I taught you two manners years ago." Christine and I screamed once again, looked at each other, and ran off. That was the last time we saw the old hag. I think
That's how you run? What? Hold on, wait a minute. That didn't seem like he was really trying to get anywhere. Look at this run. Hold on.
I
Look at this
screamed
run.
once again, looked at each other, and ran off. That was the last time we saw the old hag. I think it also has to do with the fact that Christine moved to a different state. I feel like if we were to walk together on that block again, we might see that old woman again. It does leave me curious. Why is it that we've only seen this lady when we are together, even almost a decade apart? I sometimes randomly remember the hag and wonder if anyone else has encountered her. From what we've gathered, no one else has. The house I grew up in, I believe, was haunted. If you were to ask anyone who had been there, they'd have some story about seeing shadows at the corner of their eye, objects inexplicably moving, or voices. I've had my fair share of paranormal experiences, and there's only been one instance where I've actually seen a ghost. I was
Wow.
about 12 or 13 years old when this happened. My mom, my cousin, and I stayed up really late one night watching movies. Eventually, we all passed out while watching the movie, and we ended up falling asleep with the TV left on. I woke up very early that morning.
I gotta sleep with the stuff off. I gotta crack the bathroom door or some light so I can see something. Well, really, when I gotta get up and go to the bathroom. Other than that, I need to see something. But I don't like the TV on because I need to hear. And I can't hear zombie moans through the TV. So I'm turning everything off, keeping one light on. Let's go.
And I checked the digital alarm clock that my mom had set right next to her bed. I vividly remember seeing the time, and it was just a few minutes before 6 in the morning. Which was
make a
true
wish.
because the sun had just come up around this time. After I checked the clock, looked outside the window, and saw that the sun had just come up, I turned my head while still lying in bed. And I saw this little girl staring at me. What I saw was really strange. She was around maybe 4 to 7 years old. She had jet black hair, very dark black eyes, and her clothes were very outdated, probably from around the 1800s.
That's the witch's daughter.
I say it was strange because she really didn't have any pigmentation. Her skin was really pale and gray, almost like a corpse.
Oh no.
What made it even more strange is that I couldn't really make out a face or any legs.
Wow.
It was almost like she was just hovering over the ground as opposed to just standing.
You were still sleeping, baby.
There
Go back
she
to sleep.
was, just staring at me. We made eye contact for about maybe 4 to 6 seconds.
Wow. Wow.
Then suddenly, she just vanished.
Oh wow.
Surprisingly, I wasn't all that scared. I think I was definitely more confused or put off by what I just witnessed. Immediately after that, I just went back to sleep.
You went back to sleep
Till
again?
this very day, I enjoy telling this story to all of my friends and family and thought I'd share it here. I know not everyone believes in spirits or ghosts, but I have no idea or have no explanation as to what happened that morning. So I'm sticking with ghost until proven otherwise.
Stick to sleep. That's what it was. You were sleeping. It was a dream. It was all a dream. All right, y'all. This next one is called House of Nightmares. Of course, by the same girl I just told y'all about, Merrily Mary. My bad. I'm not trying to mess your name up. It just, you know what I'm saying, get tongue tied a little bit. But anyway, we're going to check this one out and let's go.
Halloween is, or at least was, my favorite time of the year. I never got scared during Halloween. I just loved it. Being in a small town, though, I never got to experience typical attractions like a haunted house where a monster chases you.
Oh, man.
But last year,
Listen,
well,
that's one thing I do, man. I mean, trick-or-treating and all that, dressing up and all that fun stuff. Like I said, I'm a fall baby myself, you know what I'm saying? So, like Halloween and fall and all that, I love these times of the year, you know what I mean? But, oh man, I want to go to a haunted house. I can't go to a haunted house right now. I gotta work. I got to. But y'all enjoy y'all Halloween, man. Stay safe.
let's just say that things got a little scarier. Around September, as I was walking around town, I started to see some flyers that advertised the opening of a Halloween attraction. Yes, I cheerfully said, as I began to read the details. The old abandoned house right outside of town was
Who's that,
bought,
Cammy?
and soon it would be turned into something
Street Fighter?
scarier than anything you've ever experienced. I got so excited. Fast forward to Halloween night, I took a nap and was ready to go. It was called the House of Nightmares. The name was, I don't know, okay, I guess. It didn't inspire fear or anything, maybe just curiosity. The purpose was to go from room to room after knocking on each door, and in the final room, number 3, something really scary was going to happen. Being the fearless adventurer that I was, I couldn't wait. Soon I was outside the house. I opened the front door, and the only thing I could see was another door with a number 1 on it. I rushed over to it. I tried opening the door, but it was locked. Then I remembered the knocking part, and as expected, after I knocked, it opened. This room was full of Halloween decorations, from fake spiderwebs to glowing pumpkins. Really scary, I thought to myself. I walked over to door number 2, right next to a plastic skeleton.
You sure
When
it's
I
plastic?
knocked, a huge spider fell on me, then the door opened.
See? No, that
Okay,
right there.
That
If that's the cue to go home, take a shower, go to sleep, hang it up, it's over. I'm not messing with that. I'm not messing with it. No. What are you doing? You just ruined my entire Halloween. No, I'm good. I'm straight. Maybe next year.
made me jump a little.
A little?
Someone then pushed me inside, and the door slammed shut. Okay, this room was dark, and when I say dark, I mean that I could not see a thing.
Wow.
As I aimlessly walked around the room, I stumbled across a little table that had a candle and some matches on it. I lit up the candle, and the only thing I could see was an old cracked mirror on the wall, but no door. I walked towards the mirror, and as I got closer, I could hear a growl, louder and louder with each step I took. The mirror didn't reflect me. Inch by inch, a silhouette started to form, and when I was right in front of the mirror, a growl seemed to be coming from right behind me. I let out a powerful scream and collapsed to the ground. The growl turned into a woman crying, "Not long now." Finally, the crying turned into a laughter so sinister that it paralyzed my entire body, and the mirror I was looking into fell and broke into a million pieces. I opened my eyes, and the room was perfectly lit up and empty. Door number 3 was right there in front of me. Eager to get out of there now, I knocked and went into the last room. As I took my first step, I turned around, and the door through which I entered disappeared. I heard.
The door disappeared. Father, why have you forsaken me? Is the words that would have came out of my mouth. Why did you go inside? Tell me. No, you should have rethink your life in Halloween.
There's no turning back. I turned my head one more time, and I saw a
Oh!
woman dressed in a white gown sitting on the floor, but behind her was a dark shadow.
Look
It
at
wasn't hers.
look. Why is she busting open like that? What is wrong with her? It's time to go. Just find a way. Find a way.
Was
Come
it
on.
mine? I asked, "What is going on here? I want to get out." She stood up and levitated towards me. At that moment, I thought that I was going to shit myself.
Oh.
As I had my back against the wall, she came closer and closer, finally touching my face with her cold hand. I closed my eyes, hoping that she would go away, and I felt like I was sinking. She was pushing me down to the ground, and I couldn't fight back.
What?
I just kept screaming. I was afraid to open my eyes. "Let go of me," she laughed. All of a sudden, I could feel a cold breeze. I opened my eyes, and there I was on my street, surrounded by trick-or-treaters, as if nothing happened.
What?
They were pointing and laughing at me.
Ma'am. Are you on any type of medication? Hold on, let me take some notes here. Take a note. Let me take, wait, oh, I got it. Okay. Medication? Okay. Are you seeing a psychiatrist? Alright. Well, ma'am, I'm going to diagnose you as crazy! The hell wrong with you?
I looked down. It turns out I shit myself after all.
I am disgusted.
Oh! 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 Are you serious? What happened? You didn't even do anything. What? No, that's not funny. Wait, yes it is. Try it. Okay, my baby. This one is the next one. It's called The Call. Now, this one is by Wayne C. Entertainment. Another one of my favorite animators for Halloween and horror movies or shorts or whatever you want to call it. So shout out to Wayne C. I'm pretty sure if y'all watch this, y'all definitely know who he is. But make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on him as well. Just showing y'all my favorites, which is obviously number one, Mary. So anyways, let's get into this and let's see what this is about.
When I was 9, I was staying home alone. It was early morning, and I had just gotten out of the shower and brushed my teeth. I put on my favorite outfit, set up a little area in the living room with a drink and a snack, and then turned on the TV to watch something. The phone rang. I went across the house to go answer it. The voice on the other end was, well, really familiar and really comforting for me. He asked me about my day so far, and he made small talk. After about a minute or so, he then said,
I like your outfit. Is pink your favorite color?
I replied back with, oh, thank you. No, it isn't.
What were you planning on watching on TV?
He asked. It took me a few seconds to understand what was happening, as I was only 9 years old and very naive. The voice on the other end of the phone then changed. It became deep and raspy and horrific. The voice then proceeded to describe all these horrible things that they wanted to do to me, and in detail.
What?
I went numb. My skin felt as if it were on fire, and my heart was racing. I had never been more terrified in my entire life. I slammed down the phone, and then I called my mom at work. I tried to explain what happened, and I'm not sure I was making much sense. She got on to me for answering the phone.
Why the first thing y'all want to do is call your parents or someone else that ain't the police? What are they gonna do for you besides tell you, baby, I don't know, you gonna have to call the police? They gonna tell you to do what you already should know. Call the police. What's wrong with y'all?
Phone, and she told me to go back about my day. I remember trying to explain to her that he was watching me, and that he told me what I had been doing, and that he knew what I was wearing. I also mentioned that I was going to call 911 because I needed help. That isn't necessary. I'm not coming home. Just don't answer the phone and go watch TV, she said.
What?
And then I hung up. I was really confused, and I was really confused. Just don't answer the phone and that I needed help. I also mentioned that I was going to call 911 because I needed help. That isn't necessary. I'm not coming home. Just don't answer the phone and go watch TV.
Are you the police? What you mean that's not necessary? I'm not coming home. You are fired from being my mother or any parent or guardian to me. I'm leaving,
she said, and then I hung up. I was really confused and I was scared. I could feel his eyes on me. I pulled the curtains closed and I raced around the house, torn between doing what I felt was right and doing what I had been told by my mother. This whole time the phone was ringing. The second it would stop, it would just start up yet again. The sound of the phone ringing would pulse through my entire body like electricity. It was practically paralyzing me. It was like I was frozen but also on fire at the same time. I waited for a pause in the ringing and called 911. I'm home by myself and I'm 9 years old and someone's watching me and telling me they're gonna kill me, I told the operator. She tried to keep me calm and she said that she would send help for me.
Yeah, you should have been did that.
I remember standing there listening to this kind voice just trying to help me, but I could feel every scary movie scenario just playing out behind me. Was he creeping up behind me with a knife? Was he going to shoot me through a window? Was he going to throw a rock through the glass and open the door? I just didn't know. I couldn't breathe and I couldn't feel my body. In a moment of
Panicking.
panic,
Calm
I set
down.
off the alarm to the house and ran outside. I remember this sense of relief, but also this overwhelming feeling of having a separation in my reality. The house felt small and dark and really dangerous and cold. Outside felt open, as well as safe and warm. I could hear lawnmowers and the sounds of birds chirping.
Right, you need to go outside.
It was a beautiful break from that
Beautiful day.
bone-chilling feeling of the phone. It was like I was watching a movie and I could see myself experience both of these environments at the same time. A neighbor was pushing his child in a swing. He was concerned. He let me stand next to him and he protected me.
He the one that did it. Him and that little big head boy is the one who was playing the trick on you because you didn't let his son come over for dinner. That's how white neighborhoods are. They do things like this.
I could hear the sirens now, the blaring sound getting louder as they grew closer. It felt like it took an eternity, but the police finally arrived. An officer walked over to me and he asked me what happened. I did my best to explain it, but so many of the words on the phone that were used were just so embarrassing. I couldn't bring myself to use such adult words to a police officer. And his other words were just bone-chilling. I couldn't say those either. To this day, I can still hear my young voice repeating the words. He was watching me. He said he was going to kill me.
Wow.
Not long after, my mom's car pulled into the driveway. She, for some reason, decided to come home.
Okay, no. Excuse me, officer. Why is this pulling up in my driveway? I now own the home and I am now a parent of myself. She did me wrong. She disrespected me and said she would not come home, even though I told her about the misunfortunate event. I said misunfortunate. That's how bad it is. I'm done. My bad.
Or come to speak to me. She just calmly got out and then walked over to the police officer. I was standing in the doorway from the house to the garage, just facing the driveway. I could see my mom and the police officer. I was watching and trying to understand, trying to figure out what was happening. Then I saw it. She was laughing. My face was swollen from tears, my heart still racing, and my skin was on fire.
What?
And my mom was laughing? What the hell was going on? Very slowly, I crept a little closer, and I then overheard. I'm so sorry about this. I guess she just got scared being home alone and overreacted. I'm really sorry. What the hell's happening? What did I do wrong? Did I imagine this? Was this a dream? Should I not have called 911?
I'm confused.
Did I actually overreact? My memory of what happened after that is a little hazy. I remember refusing to stay home alone and the sound of the phone ringing just rippling through my body. It wasn't something I liked discussing. I refused to repeat what had been said to me by the voice on the phone. My mom decided that she knew who did it, but she didn't even know the details. There was no investigation. No one was questioned. She told me it was a boy who was the same age as me who lived across the street. I knew that was impossible, but no matter how much I protested
I ain't even say nothing.
it, I was always told that it was him. Many years later, after I was an adult with my own children, we were at Christmas. Everyone was in the living room and I had gone into the back bedroom to change a diaper. As I was walking out of the room and back into the living room, I could hear my mom laughing, her voice as if she had been telling a joke. The faces of everyone else in the room told a different story. Discomfort, anguish, shock,
What?
fear, yet she was still laughing. It felt as if I was walking in slow motion.
Listen. I don't need to hear anymore. This woman is not your woman. This woman is not your mom. She's not. She simply is the devil. She does not care about your well-being. She is treating you like that boy on Murder House. The very beginning when I played that, how that little boy woke up in that photo booth, that's how treating you like his parents treated him. That's what's going on. these parents is getting out of hand in 2020. I don't understand what's going on, man. That she doesn't care.
One of my older children had actually stopped me from entering the living room and sort of pushed me back into the room that I had just come out of. She just told the story of you being home alone and the man threatening to kill you. She told it like it was a joke or something. Like some funny story from your childhood.
What?
My child told me. To this day, I never learned who it was that called me. I deal with my fear of ringing phones and phone conversations on a daily basis.
Wow.
It's awful.
Damn, it's that bad? Oh. Why is there a K-pop video in the... Anyways, y'all, if y'all liked any of those videos, make sure y'all subscribe to those, the animators that I just showed y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to Merrily Mary. Shout outs to Wancy, I think that's how you say his name, and to Mr. Nightmare, or Nightmare Tales, excuse me. But anyway, it's your boy Vega, man. I gotta get ready for work. I say this every time. I was supposed to have a day out tomorrow. I don't have a day out tomorrow. So, it's your boy Vega, man. I gotta go ahead and get ready to get out of here. So, like, comment, subscribe, splash that like button, and subscribe to the Wave Space Wave that is. That was my little treat for Halloween for y'all, you know what I'm saying? Little reactions to these scary videos. Again, make sure y'all subscribe to each and every animator, especially to my girl, Merrily Mary. Like it, comment, subscribe. I'ma holla at y'all. I love y'all. Peace.